Now, let us proceed on the so-called protective locks and keys. So, yun, it was mentioned there, the longer the intruder is stalled in the exposed position while he works to gain entry, the greater the chances of discovery. So, simply, these protective locks and keys will serve also as delay, or maybe sometimes it can serve as the one that can prevent crimes actually, or prevent commission of robbery or burglary. Yun nga lang dito sa protective locks and keys, hindi natin masasabi na yan ay absolute, or masabi natin na ma-secure yung or secure yung area natin, kasi protective locks and keys has a weakness actually. So kung alam ng especially kapag alam nung tao, nung intruder na yun, kung paano gumagana yung locks na yun, then he knows how to counter or to defeat the locks. Kaya meron tayo ngayon yung tinatawag na lock pickers, or mga, especially yung mga locksmith. Okay? Alam nila. They know almost all of the parts, the functioning of those locking mechanisms. Then they know, or they are expert in the way na kayang-kaya nilang i-defeat yung lock or buksan yung lock even though na wala sila nung keys. Okay? Yung original key. So next one we have here, even the highest locking device are the only part of the door. So yun, take note, walang silbi na napakatibay ng yung locks or napakahigpit, kasi there are different types of locks actually. So yun, meron yung mga mas mahirap i-defeat or i-pick, or hindi basta-basta nabubuksan. Meron din yung madaling nabubuksan. So, walang silbi na napili mo yung sabihin natin code-operated locks. Okay, that is actually the one that is hardest to defeat, code-operated locks, and any other yung tinatawag din natin na combination locks. So, yun yung karaniwan na hindi madaling mabuksan. So, walang silbi na napakaganda ng locking mechanism na nagamit mo kapag naman yung pintuan mo ay napakahina, okay, vulnerable or weak. Manipis lang yung door na in-install mo, din walang silbi yung lock mo. So, simply practicality or common sense actually. So, dapat mas maganda, matibay yung ikakabit mong pintuan, magandang locking mechanism ang pipiliin mo, ang install mo, then you can provide higher quality of security para ma-secure mo yung area mo. So, that is what is being mentioned, or that is one principle that we should consider under protective locks and keys. So, take note, protective locks and keys or protective locks most of the time serves only as a delaying device para mahuli, or para at least magkaroon tayo ng time na ma-prevent yung tao or ma-detect yung tao or yung intruder. Okay, so next one we have here the lock. So simply these are the mechanical or electrical or hydraulic or electronic devices, okay, that prevents entry into a building. So ito yung common na ginagamit natin. So take note, it could be mechanical, electrical, hydraulic, and electronic. So we'll be discussing each type later on. So meron po tayo dito an additional knowledge or additional information. We have here the so-called Peterman. So yan po yung English term used to describe a lock picker. So yan po ang ibig sabihin ng Peterman na yan under protective locks and keys. So now, let us proceed on the different types of locks. So number one po dyan, key-operated mechanical locks. So simply, these are the common things that we usually use nowadays. So key-operated mechanical locks has different or several kinds also, or several kinds of locking mechanisms. So nandyan po, basta tandaan ninyo, it is or it can be only opened through the use of keys. So yan po yung tinatawag natin na key-operated mechanical lock. And then number two na po dito, yung sinasabi natin or yung common din, the so-called padlock. So that is actually portable and then detachable. So yung detachable po dyan, yung sliding hasp niya na nagserve actually as the locking device niya. Okay, the sliding hasp. So yun po yung tinatawag natin na padlock. Okay, that is very common nowadays. Okay, so padlock only or it is considered only to provide privacy to us. It does not provide security actually. So it provides delay on the part of the intruder, or if not delay, it provides privacy only for us. So yan, it is not advisable to be used as a locking mechanism or locking device for securing our valuables, especially mga cash natin. So hindi po yan advisable kasi nowadays napakarami pong magagaling na lock pickers, or marami nang nakakaalam kung paano nagfa-function yung padlock. Okay, paano yan nagfa-function. So since alam nila kung paano yan nagfa-function, then they know how to defeat the padlock. So yan po yung padlock na tinutukoy natin, and by the way, we will be discussing several of its locking mechanisms kasi padlock, it is composed, or it is made up of different locking mechanisms actually. So meron po tayo dito, next one, the so-called combination lock. So kung nakikita nyo din ito, karaniwan nagagamit sa mga lockers, okay, or mga bag, ginagamit nila ito. So it is composed of 3 dials, or if not, it is also composed of 5 dials for tighter security. Para sa mas matibay pa or mas maigpit na security, 7 dials. Kasi yan, kailangan mong i-determine yung tatlong combination or tatlong numbers. Okay, it is actually combination of those numbers. Kapag na-determine mo yung tatlong numbers and then napag-align mo yung mga yun, that's the time it can be opened, okay? Or the locking device can be opened. And then yan, meron din sa 5 dials, kailangan mong i-determine yung combination ng 5 locks or ng 5 numbers or 5 digits na yun. And then you align, okay? And then that's the time it can let you open the combination lock. And then next, we have here the so-called code-operated lock. So by the word itself, it is operated through codes. So nandyan, simply by pressing the series of numbered buttons. So it is considered to be one of the tighter security locks na meron tayo ngayon. So yan, kapag hindi mo alam yung numbers, okay, hindi mo alam yung ipipindot mo, it is not the right codes, then it will not let you enter, or it will not let you have access. Okay, hindi magbubukas yung lock natin. And then dyan, meron din sa mga ibang for tighter security, under code operated locks, meron dyan, it will let you only to input once, twice to open or to input the code. Kapag lumagpas ka na doon, lumagpas ka ng isang beses or dalawang beses, okay, depende sa mga sinet nila na times na pwede kang mag-input ng code. Yun, nagkamali ka ng 2 beses, nagkamali ka ng 3 beses, then you will be, or the code or the locking or the lock or the code operated lock will not be able already, or will not let you already to give or input the code again. So parang mabablock mo na yung system. It will not let you to input again code, okay, or it will not let you guess again another code para ma-input dun sa lock natin. Okay, so yun po yung isang security measures or additional security measures na nilalagay nila in code operated locks. And then meron po tayo dito electrical locks. So simply those are locks that uses electrical means, or that can be opened or closed through the use of electrical means. So modern locks na po tayo, or meron na po tayong mga ganyan nowadays. And then card operated lock, parang sa code operated lock din. So it is considered actually a type of electrical lock also that can be opened through the card or coded card. So it's either through swiping or through the use of QR na ihaharap dun sa my monitor or sensor, and then it can let you open kapag na-detect niya na yan ay an authorized card. Okay, kapag authorized card yan, then it will let you enter the area. So yan po yung card operated lock and then code operated lock, the difference between the two. However, those are the ones that can be considered as a higher or tighter security, or provides tighter or higher security service. Let us proceed on the other types of locks. So number one there is the so-called warded lock. So it is very common in the US, and take note, it is actually a kind of a locking mechanism. So yan, ginagamit din sa mga padlocks, ini-employ din yan. So yan, it offers, or it considered to offer only very little security. So it is only, or it provides only privacy to us. Hindi po yan nagpo-provide ng high degree of security. So hindi advisable yan na gamitin natin to protect our safe or valuable things. So as you can see in the picture, ganyan po yung itsura. So it is open through the use of key actually. So kapag nagmatch yung bitings ng key natin dyan sa loob, okay, dun sa bitings dun sa loob ng warded lock, okay, dyan sa loob nyan, kapag nagmatch, that's the time you can only rotate. You can rotate, and then you can open the lock. Okay, so that is what we so-called warded lock. And then number 2, we have here the so-called disc tumbler locks. So magkaiba lang yan sa warded lock. Okay, actually they are both used, or they can be opened through the use of key. Ang pagkakaiba lang niyan sa warded lock yung loob niya. Okay, kung ano, paano yung locking mechanism niya sa loob. So yun, na-mention dyan yung disc. Okay, so it is composed of several disc doon sa loob. So kapag ano yan, napag-align, kasi yan ay yung bitings ng key din natin na yan, may bitings din yan. May bitings yung key. Kapag nagmatch or nagawa niyang pag-align yung mga disk doon sa loob, okay, disk na meron doon sa tumbler blocks natin, then that's the time it can rotate. Okay, papaikot nyo yun para ma-release nyo yung latch ng this tumbler lock, then that's the time you can open it. So yan yung yan yung ano natin, yan yung this tumbler locks natin. So take note, yan, it is composed of several discs na kailangan mong pag-alignin, okay, ipunta or punta dun sa right place nila in order for you to rotate, and then that's the time you can open the lock. So it was mentioned there, it was approximately 10 minutes delay. Okay, it provides 10 minutes delay through the intruder para ma-pick yan. So medyo mas mas mahirap i-pick. Yun nga lang, still hindi yan considered to be masasabi natin na absolute, wherein hindi ma-deter niya yung, or ma-prevent niya yung pagnanakaw. Okay, and it is commonly used to desk files, and it is also used on padlocks. Okay, locking mechanism kasi ito eh. So pwede rin yan sa mga padlocks. It is installed as a locking mechanism on padlocks. And then we have here the wafer locks. As you can see in the picture, you can compare it to the disc tumbler, wherein dun sa kung sa disc tumbler ang kailangan mong pag-alignin doon or iayos yung positioning is the disc. Dito naman sa wafer lock, parang latches yung kailangan mong pagpantay-pantayin or ipunta sa tamang arrangement. So kapag napag-align mo yun, naipunta mo sa tamang position through the use of that key, kasi it is key operated also, or key na ginagamitan ng susi, and then yung bitings ng susi, yan yung makakapag-align dun sa mga latches na meron dun sa loob. So yun, kapag nag-align yun, that's the time you can rotate, and then that's the time it will let you open the wafer lock. So yun, kung alam mo kung paano nagfa-function din to, pwede mong ma-pick din to actually. So it is common din sa mga luggage, showcases, desk, and cabinets. So yan yung tinatawag natin na wafer lock. And then next one, we have here the so-called lever locks. So itong lever locks naman, parang naman to, yung locking mechanism nito, parang hook naman yung itsura dun sa loob. So parang meron kang kailangan, kasi it is also key operated lock. So as you can see in the picture, kapag nasagi niya, kasi meron dyan sa may loob, kapag nasagi niya yung parang locking device niya dun sa loob, kapag iangat niya ng konti, and then that's the time pwede mong ma-release yung hook, okay, or humahawak mismo dun sa lock natin para ma-release. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag natin na lever locks. So pwede mo yang ma-pick also. Hindi yan masasabi na it provides a tight security. So pwede po natin yan magamit sa mga pintuan, desk, locker cabinets, and others. So yan po yung tinatawag natin na lever locks. And then we have here the so-called pin tumbler locks naman, kung sa lever locks, parang hook naman yung kailangan mong i-release dun sa loob niya. Dito naman sa pin tumbler locks, pins naman yung nandun sa loob na kailangan mong pagpantay-pantayin as you can see in the picture. Kasi dyan sa disc tumbler, makikita nyo disc naman yung kailangan mong i-arrange, di ba? Dyan sa wafer lock, latches naman or wafers yung kailangan mong i-arrange. Pero dito sa pin tumbler locks, ito naman kailangan mong i-arrange or isaayos dito or kailangan mong i-align is yung pin niya. Okay, merong pin yan sa loob na kailangan mong i-arrange para yan, kapag napagpantay-pantay mo yung pin na yan dyan sa loob ng lock natin, then that's the time you can rotate kasi it is a key operated also. You can rotate and then that's the time you can release the lock. So yun po yung tinatawag natin na pin tumbler locks. Okay, so that is also the last or that is all about the types of locks. Now, we have here the types of keys. Number 1 po dyan yung tinutukoy natin na change key. So, simply, ang change key po ay it is considered as a specific key that can open a single lock. Okay, so, yung key po natin, yung bitings ng key, yung combination ng cuts, it matches. Okay, ito po yung magmamatch dun sa locking mechanism or dun sa may mga pins or if it is made up of pin tumbler or kung hindi man doon sa disc na magmamatch doon, then that's the time it can open or it can rotate the lock and then it can open the lock. So, tandaan po ninyo, single key that can open a single lock only. So, yan po yung tinatawag natin na change key. And then we have here the submaster key naman, a key that will open all the lock within a particular area or grouping in a particular facility. So, let's take an example in a building. So, sabihin natin sa building, it is composed of several stories or several floors. Okay? So, nandyan, meron po tayo first floor, second floor, third floor, and fourth floor, and fifth floor. Sabihin natin, it is composed of 5 floors. So, sa first floor, para to demonstrate the so-called submaster key, sabihin natin, meron tayong isang key na kayang i-open lahat ng mga doors ng bawat kwarto doon sa first floor. So, yun po yung tinatawag or pwede natin sabihin na submaster key. So, it can open several keys also. Sabihin natin, kaya niyang, several locks, I should say. So, kaya niyang i-open lahat ng mga padlocks ng mga rooms natin na nasa first floor. So, that is considered to be as a submaster key. And then, meron po tayo dito, pangatlo, master key na tinatawag natin. So, sa master key, a special key that will capable of opening a series of locks. So, tandaan ninyo, isang susi that can open also a series of locks. So, parang sa submaster key, yun nga lang mas mataas or mas maraming kayang i-open itong master key. So, sabihin natin, just like the example a while ago, so kung sa submaster key, it can open the locks under or that is placed or that is under the first floor or that is in the first floor, and then sabihin natin sa master key, it can open a single key that can open the locks from the first floor up to the second floor. So, yun, mas marami yung kaya niyang buksan na locks. And then the grandmaster key, it can open submaster key, it can open locks that can be opened by submaster key, that can be opened by master key. So, mas marami siyang locks na pwedeng buksan. So, sabihin natin sa grandmaster key, same as to the example a while ago. So, kung kaya ng master key na buksan ang first floor and second floor rooms, sabihin natin sa grandmaster key, it can open from first floor to fifth floor. So, yun po yung tinatawag natin na grandmaster key. So, yun po yung different types of keys na meron tayo. Now, let us proceed on the so-called key control. So, under here, these are the things that we must consider in order for us to maintain or to secure our keys. It's because mostly in our installation, the things or the types of security measures that we are employing is key-operated locks, right? So, yun, kinakailangan nating i-secure yung mga keys natin in order for us to deter or to avoid those unauthorized access in our establishment. So, walang silbi niyan kapag sabihin natin napakaganda ng locking system na ginagamit natin, mga expensive and mga high or sabihin natin those are types of lock na hindi basta-basta na open. Yun nga lang, naging careless tayo in maintaining our keys or in securing our keys, then it's very useless. Yun, madali lang na kukuha ng kahit sino-sinong tao yung mga susi natin, then walang kwenta yung mga locks natin. So let us try to have here one by one the things that we need to consider in key control. So we have here the first one, a key depository for securing key during non-working should be centrally located. So, meron po tayo sana dyan yung key cabinet na tinatawag natin, wherein dyan po natin ilalagay lahat-lahat ng mga susi. So, okay, so make sure na bago mag-out yung mga bawat employees dun sa establishments or dun sa office or dun sa department ninyo or sa organization ninyo or sa school ninyo, before na mag-out yung mga personnels, make sure na nakolekta mo or na-surrender nila yung susi. Okay, na ginamit nila in opening their offices. So, yun, kinakailangan natin make sure din na ilagay natin yan sa key cabinet natin. Okay, para maitago natin dyan and make sure na yung key cabinet na natin is nakasecure. Okay, nakalock din siya, especially in non-working days. Okay, and then we have here, it was mentioned the supervision of a security personnel. So, kailangan nyo ding bantayan yan. Pagbigyan nyo ng pansin yung key cabinets natin. Kasi yan ay considered to be sensitive. Okay? Pwedeng magkaroon lang ng access, unauthorized access dyan, then wala na. Makukuha lahat ng mga keys ninyo. Pwede nilang mabuksan kahit sino-sino or kahit ano-anong office pa man yan. So, number 2, we have here, the key issued on daily basis or lease issued for a specific on-time purpose should be accounted for daily. So, kinakailangan ninyo i-check. As I've mentioned a while ago, i-check ninyo kung lahat ba ng susi na na-release ninyo during the morning. Okay, nung morning na pumasok yung mga employees, and then check ninyo every afternoon or every out nila, okay, or departure nila. Check ninyo kung naibalik lahat ng mga susi. Ayun, kapag nakita ninyo na merong nawawala, then try to find out kung bakit kaya nawawala. I-call nyo yung attention, baka yan ay naiuwi niya, or kung hindi man ay nandun pa siya sa office, or kung hindi man ay nawawala yung susi, baka nakuha ng ibang tao. Okay, so it depends or i-determine ninyo kung ano yung rason bakit nawawala. Okay, so we have here number 3. Keys should be counted and signed for by the security supervisor at the beginning of each working day. So, kinakailangan din i-check din yan ng security supervisor. So, baka mamaya hindi ginagawa ng security guard yung kanyang trabaho. Okay? So, i-make sure din i-make sure din ni security supervisor, kung ikaw yung security supervisor nila, tignan mo kung chine-check ba yan ng security guards mo. Baka mamaya hindi nila ginagampanan or hindi nila ino-observe itong key control or protocols natin, okay, in securing our keys. So, that's it. Check mo kung kumpleto or yung susi. And then next, on number 4, when the key is lost, the circumstances should be investigated. So as I've mentioned a while ago, find out the reason behind bakit nawawala yung susi. However, meron dyan na-specify or na-emphasize paano kapag sensitive area yung nawawala yung susi. Sabihin natin doon sa may area kung saan nakatago yung mga cash ninyo or mga classified information ninyo. So, anong sinabi dyan? It is advisable for you to change immediately yung lock ninyo doon. Okay? Kahit hindi pa ninyo nahanap yung susi niya, make sure na palitan nyo na agad. Okay? Kasi baka maunahan pa kayo or baka tinitake na chance pala yun para buksan or puntahan yung sensitive area na yun na tinutukoy natin. Okay, so that is number 4 and number 5. All keys should be physically inspected periodically. So take note of the word physically inspected. So don't just rely kasi meron yung tinatawag natin here under key control din bago mo ibigay yung susi dun sa tao. Okay, sabihin natin sa school ka nagtatrabaho as a security guard. Bago mo yan ibigay, bago mo yan i-release, kukunin mo yan, pangalan niya, kunin mo kung anong department siya naka-assign, and then you are going to take note of the time kung kailan niya kinuha, mga ganong records. So, yun, wag ka lang dun mag-rely sa logbook. Hindi porket nalista mo dun or sabihin natin, nalista mo doon sa logbook kailan niya ni-return. Okay, kasi tinitingnan mo din doon or pinapalistan niyo kapag ibabalik niya yung susi. Ganun pa din, pangalan, signature, and then anong oras niya binalik, anong department, mga ganong information yung nakalagay sa logbook. So wag ka dun lang sa logbook mag-inventory. Okay? I-trace mo din or i-physically inspect mo din. Wag ka lang sa logbook nagtitrace. Okay? Kung naibalik yung susi or hindi. Baka mamaya nakalogbook nga pero bakit physically wala yung susi. So you should physically inspect also. Okay? Daily or periodically to ensure that they are returned. Okay? So yun yung mini-mention or pinu-point out dyan sa number 5. And then on number 6, careful record should be kept of such issuance. As I've mentioned a while ago, determine or kunin ninyo yung bawat pangalan ng mga tao na kumukuha ng susi. And then make sure din na yung tao na pinagbibigyan ninyo ng susi is authorized para buksan or para kunin yung susi. Baka mamaya siya ay naka-assign sabihin natin, naka-assign siya sa registrar's office. Pero yun, bakit niya kinukuha yung susi ng crime department? So it's also taken into consideration as a security guard. Wag na wag mong bastang ibibigay yan kasi iba yung department na naka-assign sa kanya dun sa department or dun sa susi na hinahanap niya. So, wag mong ibibigay yon. So, parang ganun yung pinupoint out natin in number 6 also. Number 7, we have here, master key should be in minimum. So, iwasan po natin yung masyadong paggamit ng master keys. Kasi sabi nga natin sa master keys, it can open a series of locks. So, ano yung advisable dyan? Sinasabi ng ating number 7. So, it says that it should be or it is better for us to use submaster keys. Kasi sabi nga natin dyan, at least submaster keys can open a series of locks also. Pero yun nga lang sa master key kasi it can open a series of locks pati na yung kayang buksan ng submaster key. So, anong mangyayari doon? Once kasi na nakuha yan ng ating perpetrator or ng ating intruder, then he can open each installation or each rooms na meron tayo doon sa installation natin. So, pwede niyang buksan kahit anong room na doon kapag nakuha niya yung master key. So, it's better for us to use at least submaster key or it is advisable na yan na lang yung gamitin natin para at least mas konti yung nabubuksan. And kapag nakuha yan ng intruder, din at least hindi niya lahat mabubuksan ng basta-basta. So, yun, it is also said there, the use or the release of the submaster key, it should be limited. So, kung sino lang yung authorized, okay, sabihin natin yung mga high-ranking officials natin doon or yung mga nasa administration natin, siguro sila lang yung makakakuha niyan. Okay, wag nating ibibigay sa mga faculty kung sakali dito sa school. Kasi baka yan, faculty insider pala yan. So, wag natin basta-basta ibibigay, i-release yung submaster keys without proper authorization. So, under number 8, meron naman tayo, key should be not marked or should not identify doors or locks they can open. So, basically, that is purposely or to secure kapag nakuha yan ng ating intruder, then at least hindi nila agad-agad malalaman kung asan dyan yung susi ng, kung ito ba or kung anong susi yan. Baka nilagay mo dyan, susi ng registrar's office. So, alam na nila agad, makukuha na nila, madidetermine nila agad, then makakapunta sila agad dun sa plano nilang pagnakawan or plano nilang puntahan. Okay, and then yan, code should be used instead of writing the exact or the department or the office na kaya niyang buksan or na office na binubuksan ng susi na yan. Okay, so mas maganda code natin. So, kunwari, registrar's office, pwede mong gamitin OR. So, ibig sabihin siguro ng OR, Office of the Registrar's Office. So, at least, ma-deter natin yung madaling access ng intruder kung sakali. And then, we have here, master keys should be marked identifying them as a master key. So, ito naman sa master key, it is advisable for us to mark it para alam natin na yan ay master key. And then, yun, at least alam natin na yan ay dapat nating i-secure kasi yan nga ay master key. Mas i-treat natin as with higher, okay, or more importance para hindi ma-mix doon sa mga regular keys natin or change keys natin. So, meron din tayo sa number 10, keys and locks should be changed at least once in 12 months. So, yun, it is advisable for us to change it once in 12 months. At least lang yan. Pero yun, it is also in terms of practicality din. Kung sira na, kung kinakalawang na, kung nakikita nyo it is already vulnerable, then you could change it as earlier. Wag mong hintayin na 12 months saka ka pa magpapalit, okay? Or hintayin na lumipas yung 12 months saka mo papalitan. Okay, and then we have here number 11, keys should be accessible only to those whose official duties require access. So yun, as I've mentioned a while ago, kung siya ay naka-assign sa Office of the Registrar's Office, din yung Office of the Registrar's Office lang yung ibibigay mo. Baka mamaya hinihingi niya yung susi ng ating cashier, then don't give that to the person. Kasi nga, ang designation niya, ang official duty niya is on the registrar's office, hindi sa cashier. Okay, and then we have here number 12, combination to safe locks and padlock securing containers for classified information should be changed at least once in each 12 months, so as we have mentioned a while ago. Pero ito, sa mga circumstances na ito, kailangan mong i-consider pa. Huwag mong hintayin na lumipas ang 12 months saka mo lang papalitan. So yun, kapag nawala or possible compromise, of course, kailangan mo nang palitan yan. No need na hintayin mo na kailangang mahanap saka mo papalitan. Pwede mo na agad-agad palitan yan, especially if that is a sensitive area. Discharge, suspension, or reassignment of any person. So yun, pag merong natanggal na trabahador nyo dyan, employee, okay, or na-reassign or na-suspend, then that's the time, especially kapag meron siyang access dun sa area na yun. Baka meron siya, pinaduplicate niya yung susi pala, and then pwede niyang ma-access kahit wala na siyang authority dun sa area na yun or dun sa office na yun. So kailangan ninyo at least palitan yan. Huwag nyo nang hintayin pa na 12 months ang lumipas. Receipt of a container with built-in combination lock. So in times of default lock, okay? Kung meron yung default combination, kailangan yung palitan agad yan, okay? Agad-agad palitan ninyo kasi gaya ng sa password, merong mga default passwords na nalalagay, especially kapag bagong gawa. Okay? So, yun, kailangan ninyong palitan agad-agad yan. Parang sa magpapa-open ng bank account, merong mga default passwords na binibigay. That is necessary for you to change it immediately. Kasi default passwords nga, yan ay pwedeng alam ng employee dun sa bangko, alam niya na yan yung password. Pwede niyang ma-access yan. Kapag pinalitan mo, at least hindi na niya alam yung default. Hindi na niya alam kung ano yung pinalit mo dun sa default password. So, mayroon ka ng personal password. And then we have here, parang ganun din dun sa letter C. And then letter D, we have here more frequent rotation of keypad lock. So, mas maganda. Nakasanayan na rin siguro ninyo sa mga merong pwesto dito sa mga establishments na pare-parehas kung saan niya nilalagay yung mga padlocks. Okay? Kahapon dito niya ginamit yung padlock na yan dito sa banda or dito sa area na yan. So, mas maganda sabihin natin, room 1, room 2, room 3, ginagamit mo is padlock. Kailangan mong palitan yan. So, bukas dito sa room 1, ang ginamit mong padlock, ngayon is, sabihin natin dito sa room 1, ang ginamit mo ngayon is yung padlock number 1. And then, sa kabila, padlock sa room number 2, padlock number 2. Mas maganda, gamitin mo kunwari, bukas naman, gamitin mo yung padlock number 2 sa room number 1 and then padlock number 1 dun sa room number 2. Parang ganun. So, yan yung pinupunto natin dyan sa letter D. So, in order for us to at least ma-delay, especially kapag insider yung mga sabihin natin insider, mga kasamahan nyo mismo dun sa establishment niyo. And then we have here letter E, in selecting combination numbers, iwasan po natin yung ascending and descending arithmetical series. Okay, so sa mga mahilig sa mga 1, 2, 3, 4 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 na passwords, wag na po ninyong gawin yan sa mga combination locks ninyo. So mas maganda different, okay? Hindi ascending, not in ascending order or not in descending order. So it is in unpredictable manner. Okay? Wag din yung 1, 1, 1, apat na 1 na magkakasunod, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and others. Okay? So iwasan po natin. And then letter F, records containing combination should be placed in the same security. So mga kasi meron tayo in securing mga code operated locks natin, and then mga combination locks natin, merong listahan yung mga security personnels natin dyan. Okay? Meron tayong records about doon sa mga, kung ano yung combination nun, combination para doon sa locks na yun, ano yung mga code para sa mga lock na yun. So, anong gagawin natin doon? I-secure din natin yung record na yun kasi parang yun yung susi eh. So, kapag nakuha nila yung code, then wala na. So, magkakaroon na sila ng access. So, i-secure natin yung key records natin na yun kasi yun nga yung considered na susi natin. Okay, yung records containing the combinations. So yun, letter F. And then letter G, use of keys must be based on the same general concept as applied to safe combinations. So of course. And then letter H, inventories of key system should be conducted at least annually. So annually yung nasabi dyan, key system. Okay, however, it is advisable also for us to at least do this daily. Okay, mas maganda daily din. Okay, to check, or in other words, practicality. Okay, practical application or realistic application, mas maganda daily para malaman natin agad. Kasi pag sinabing annually, that is every year or once a year. And then, we have here number 13, when key is issued, the following should be recorded. So, ito yung mini-mention ko kanina. Kung yan ay merong key number na ginagamit, then ilagay nyo kung anong key number yan. And then, kung anong pangalan ng tao na kumukuha, ano yung authorization niya, anong assignment niya. And then, we have here the date of issuance and time, mga ganun. And then, any other relevant data. Pwede nyong ilagay dyan, purpose, mga ganun. So, depende na sa mga necessary informations na kailangan nyong ilagay para at least meron kayong record and then alam na ninyo kung saan napupunta yung mga susi natin. So, that is what is being pertained on the so-called key control. So, take note of those key control measures in order for us to keep our keys and combination locks or records safe. Okay. Next one, let us talk about the methods used to maintain key or effective key control. So we have here the first one, key cabinet. As I've mentioned a while ago, it should be a well-constructed cabinet. So hindi po sana yan madaling masira ng ating intruder. So dyan po natin ilalagay yung mga lahat-lahat ng susi natin. Diyan natin nilalagay or ini-store yung mga susi natin. So, yun. The cabinet will have to be sufficient size to hold the original key to every lock in the system, and it should be locked at all times. So, yan yung under key cabinet. And then, key records. Meron po tayo dito yung na-mention natin kanina. It's either nandyan din yung mga key number or codes na mga ginamit natin para dun sa mga susi natin, kasi hindi nga, sabi nga natin, hindi natin nilalagyan ng as in kung anong office yung ino-open ng susi na yan. So, mas maganda gumamit tayo ng codes. So, dyan sa key records, makikita nyo yung mga codes na ginamit ninyo, kung hindi man, yung mga combinations, okay, dun sa mga combination locks and others. So, yan yung nandyan sa key records. So, meron tayo dapat ganyan para especially sa mga makakalimutin. Baka mamaya kalimutan ninyo anong combination nun or ano na tong code na to, para saan lang yung office na to. So yun, pag hinanap sa inyo, hindi nyo agad-agad masasagot. Okay, so that is under key records. And then number 3, we have inventories. So periodic account must be made of all duplicates. So sabi nga natin dyan sa inventories, wag lang sa sa logbook kayo mag-base or dun sa key record or dun sa tracing logbook ninyo or dun sa record kung anong naisulat ninyo dun sa logbook. Wag lang dun kayo mag-base or mag-inventory. Mag-inventory kayo physically. Okay? Bilangin nyo mismo yung susi. Tignan ninyo mismo kung nag-i-exist yung susi or naibalik yung susi physically. And then next one, we have here audits. So in addition to periodic inventories, an unannounced audit should be made of all the key control records and procedures by a member of the management. So especially sa mga security supervisor, you conduct key audits also of the keys. Surprise yung sinabi dyan, para ma-make sure ninyo, ma-check ninyo kung ginagawa ba ng security guards ninyo yung part niya, na chine-check ba yan or ini-inventory lahat ng mga susi daily. So we have here the daily report. A regular report must be made to the person responsible for the key control from the personnel department, indicating all persons who have left or will be leaving the department or the company. So dito rin idagdag ninyo na i-report yung mga issues. Baka meron dyan nangyari during that day, nawala yung susi na ganito, i-report ninyo, isama din ninyo sa daily report ninyo. And other necessary informations na kailangang malaman ng supervisor ninyo or ng management. So that is under the methods used to maintain effective key control. Now, let us proceed on the statutory prohibition of key. So, meron po tayo dito under Article 304, meron tayo dito yung possession of pick locks or similar tools. So, we need to consider it also. Na-emphasize po dyan yung any person, sabi dyan. So, any person who shall without lawful cause have possession on pick locks. So, ipinagbabawal po yan. That is punishable. What is the punishment? Punishable by arresto mayor in its maximum period to prison correctional in its minimum period. So, yan po ay aabot po ng 6 months to 6 years yung pwedeng penalty mo, or 6 months to 6 years punishment yung pwedeng ibigay sa'yo na imprisonment. Okay? And then, dyan, na-mention, na-emphasize, take note of the word any person. So, yun nga lang, meron tayong pwedeng in practical or in reality, meron siguro dito sa mga taong to ang nangangailangan yan, yung mga pick locks na yan, mga pick guns, mga yan, kinakailangan. Meron yung mga certain persons or certain professions na kailangan yung mga yan. Ano yun? An example is, dyan sa natin, sa mga firefighters natin. Okay? Firefighters. Bakit ko nasabi? So, yan, magagamit nila in rescue operations nila. Sabihin natin na trap yung mga tao dun sa loob, and then yun, hindi nila mabuksan sa labas, or kailangan nilang buksan kasi hindi nila mabuksan sa loob. So, pwede nilang gawin dyan, gumamit ng pick lock. So, yan ay one realistic application, okay, na pwede nating masasabi na kinakailangan ng mga firefighters natin yung mga yan. Okay? So, yan. Yun nga lang, take note of the word na na-mention sa ating batas, any person. So, pwede pa rin makasuhan yung mga yan. So, that is not an excuse. Yun nga lang, nagamit ko lang na example, okay, in terms or in realistic application or practical application. And then we have here, the same penalty shall be imposed upon any person who shall make such tool, yung mga locksmith natin na ginagamit yung mga susi dun sa mga illegal na gawain. And then yun, na-mention din dyan, if the offender is a locksmith, okay, then he shall suffer an additional or an aggravating penalty, yun, from its penalty for prison correctional in its medium and maximum period. So, hindi yan bababa ng 5 taon or 4 na taon yung imprisonment na pwedeng may bigay sa kanya. Okay, so that is what is being mentioned under Article 304, possession of pick locks or similar tools. And then we have here Article 305, it pertains to the false key. So, ano ba yung tinutukoy ng ating batas na false key? So, still under the revised penal code, meron po tayo dito, the term false key shall be deemed to include yan, the tool mentioned in the next preceding article. So, yung na-mention under Article 304, yung mga pick locks natin or other similar tools na mga yon, kung ano pa yung mga tawag nila doon. So, that is still considered as a false key. Then, letter B, genuine keys stolen from the owner. So, yung mga nanakaw na susi, okay, ninakaw doon sa owner, okay, yan ay nasa possession ng ibang tao, then that is considered as a false key. Take note of that legal description or legal definition of false key under Article 304 of our revised penal code. So, please take note of that. Any key other than those intended by the owner for use in the lock forcibly opened by the offender. So, yun, any materials or any other keys, okay, other than the original key, then it should be considered as it is considered also in Article 305 as false key. Okay, so that is what is those are only some of the statutory prohibition of key under our revised penal code.